same visions. Among them a man from the northeast corner of America by the name of Gordon Michael Scallion. Scallion claims that he sees a time when all life may perish.
In 98 to 2001, the Earth becomes very quiet. The animals are quiet. Then a wind picked up from the east. It was hurricane velocity. I then watched the sun reverse its direction in the sky. The oceans themselves buckled and land masses were thrust up. Can't even begin to tell you how many sleepless nights I've had, and the nights where I've just emotionally just totally lost it.
Scallion claims to live with a nightmare. Visions of cataclysmic earth changes that could wreak disaster by the year 2000. Gordon Michael Scallion didn't ask to become a prophet. In 1979, the gift of prophecy apparently chose him.
Prior to 1979, I had absolutely no belief system in the field of the paranormal. My background was more scientific, more electronic. I was a communications consultant, and I lost my voice one day.
Connecting field operations to corporate headquarters and management oversight. Thirdly, wideband ground...
Are you all right?
It looks like he's choking.
It was like someone went in and removed my larynx. And the people I was with that day thought I was having a stroke. That placed me into the hospital for observation to see what was wrong. And that night, while in the hospital, a vision appeared and terrified me. The vision was a vision of a woman who seemed to float into the room and gave me some instructions, told me to write down what she was going to tell me. And I did. And what she told me was the beginning of prophecy as I've come to know them.
The next morning, Scallion says his voice mysteriously returned.
Good morning, Mr. Scallion. How are we feeling?
Better, thanks.
Oh, this says you can't speak.
I guess I'm okay. Wait a minute. There's something wrong with my eyes. It's like a weird glow or something.
Scallion was unaware he had just seen what he now believes to be his first aura.
I said, there's still something wrong with me. You better check my eyes now.
Okay, Mr. Scallion, put your chin right in there.
And they gave me an eye exam there, and they said there's nothing wrong with your vision. And I began to do some conventional therapies, psychologists, psychiatrists, MDs, and that continued. And as I worked more with these people, more would occur. And I decided that if I stopped working with these people, it would all go away. And it did for about a month. One of the things that happened immediately thereafter is my vision became very distorted. When I looked at things, I no longer saw things in the normal color patterns, but I saw images around people and animals and trees.
Word spread of Scallion's strange powers. Not only could he supposedly read auras, but allegedly he could look inside the body and detect disease. Soon the sick and desperate began showing up at his door.
Gordon Michael Scallion?
Yes?
I'm sorry to disturb you like this, but this is Chris, and I'm his mom.
I'm sorry.
Please, the doctors don't know what's wrong with him, and I've heard that you're able to see inside.
Stop. I can't do it. You don't understand. I'm not a doctor. I can't help. Muscle's okay. Weakness is not from disease. That's why they don't know what it is. He's been poisoned. Heavy metals 2 years ago.
His world of science and logic had vanished, thrusting Gordon Michael Scallion into a foreign land, a land of auras and visions. Visions which took him into deep trances. In these unconscious states, Scallion began talking, sometimes babbling about geological disasters. When he awoke, he remembered nothing, but he was always filled with a sense of impending doom. When his wife, Cynthia Keyes, first witnessed her husband's deep trances, she didn't know what was happening. But by recording his unconscious states, it was soon discovered he was predicting future geological events.
When he did go into a deep trance, his body would manifest changes. His body would go into almost a slump, and then he would sit straight up and begin to speak.
Richter 7.4, early February 1998, Southern California. A fault running east to west near Riverside. A forerunner of 8.1 Richter on San Andreas. Upward plate thrust.
I used to have to literally go and take a nap after I have one of these visions of 3 to 4 hours. And then there were times where I was in bed for 2 or 3 days. And that was a common thing throughout the 80s. Now what seems to happen is that when I'm at my word processor, I receive these visions.
Scallion claims his visions are all of cataclysmic disasters. Simultaneous tornadoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, and volcanic eruptions, all exploding across our planet in the years leading up to the millennium.
The disasters that I see occur in a sequence, and I'm given the warning signs of what the sequence would be. The kind of details that I see are the actual collapsing of the buildings, the people running in panic, the actual people, watching the water actually come in and covering communities. I see cargo planes coming in with Red Cross symbols on the side.
If even a percentage of his visions came to pass, Scallion decided he could still help save lives. In 1991, he began publishing his prophecies of future disasters in the Earth Changes Report.
The newsletter is a way of communicating with the public some of the prophecies that Gordon sees for the future in the United States and the rest of the world.
When Hurricane Andrew occurred, a year ahead of time, I warned about it. And then even a month before, I knew the direction it would come, the wind velocity, where it would land, and I warned as many people as I could. Since 91, when I began publishing the Earth Changes Report, the predictions that were significant were that, first, that LA would have earthquakes on April of 92, followed by the June 28th Landers earthquake, the floods in the Midwest and the Mississippi, the eruptions of Mount Pinatubo.
Scallion and his wife transformed their home into the Matrix Institute, a 24-hour hotline access to Scallion's prophecies occurring or predicted to occur within any given month.
I created a map of the future United States. This was a map that was a consolidation of the visions that I was receiving, and it represented what the United States would look like between 1998 and 2001. So the new West Coast will be in the area of Nebraska, down through Boulder and Denver, through this area is the new West Coast. And California has become a series of islands. Here, the Mississippi has expanded, the Great Lakes have merged. Good portions of New Jersey go underwater. Some of the changes occur abruptly. Some of the changes give us warning signs. The worst places is wherever you are when something like this explodes.
What he once considered a burden, Scallion now calls a gift in disguise. Gordon Michael Scallion believes his prophecies will help mankind prepare for the future.
I believe prophecy is given predominantly for two reasons. One is it's given to help us prepare for what is going to happen, or it helps us to change what the outcome would be. And so the loss of life could be significant unless we heed the warnings.